Welcome back to GovCast. I'm Nicole Osinski, Executive Editor for Government Fleet Magazine. Today I'm joined by Andy Campbell, Supplier Development Supervisor for Sourcewell, an educational partner. Andy will also be a speaker at this year's GFX. Andy, welcome.
Thank you for having me, Nicole. Appreciate it.
Well, we're very excited to have you on. To start off, I'd love for you to talk with us a little bit about your experience with GFX and how you'll be involved this year.
Yeah, absolutely. Thanks again for having me. Sourcewell has been involved with GFX for, gosh, I want to say the better part of a decade now. As a government agency ourselves, we certainly understand the challenges that our brothers and sisters in the public sector face. And it really is a priority to us to support public fleet managers, just simply because we kind of have a shared vision. Sourcewell has been involved in public procurement for almost 40 years now, but specifically as it relates to government fleets and Government Fleet Expo, it's just something that we've really found a tremendous amount of value in. It's allowed us to connect every year with friends in the fleet space. Sourcewell has actually a fleet advisory council, and Government Fleet Expo is actually the one time a year that we actually get together and see each other in person. So it's a great opportunity to network, to learn, and we've just really enjoyed supporting the partnership that we've had with GFX.
Well, without spoiling too much for this year, could you give us a bit of a preview for what attendees will be learning during your session?
Yeah, absolutely. And not just my session. I mean, one of the great things about GFX is the amount of educational content that fleet managers can come to enjoy and really take a lot home. Specifically, without being a spoiler here, but definitely in the session that I'm going to be a part of, and I'm really excited to have some fantastic people join me on a panel. We're going to have a great, just collaborative discussion on really working with your procurement teams. We hear all the time from fleet managers how much of a challenge it can be for them to really communicate with, collaborate with, and really get what they need from their procurement teams. And so myself and my fellow panelists are really going to kind of take a deep dive into some strategies on how you can improve your relations with your procurement teams, really to make your jobs a lot easier by getting you exactly what you need for your fleet, while at the same time giving the procurement people the compliance they need to do their jobs.
Well, for anybody who's a first timer or maybe hasn't been in a while, what should they expect for this year?
Oh, wow. Well, there won't be any hazing, so you don't have to worry about that. But in all sincerity, I don't know that I have ever met a singular group that supports one another better than fleet managers do. So if you're really looking for a group that not only understands your challenges, can empathize with them, and more importantly, provide you with probably some fantastic experience and advice on how to, approach some of the challenges you have, GFX is that. I mean, the amount of experience that is participating in this conference, those that are leading speaking events, that's the one thing that you see over and over and over again, and that I've heard from a lot of people is just like, wow, everybody is so helpful. Everybody is like, you check the ego at the door kind of a thing. You just don't see that at GFX. There's not this, well, I'm a 40-year fleet manager. I don't have time for, my younger colleagues that might be new into this. In fact, it's quite the opposite. And so besides all of that, it's also just a lot of fun. It just great people to be around. I mean, who doesn't like going to Dallas in late May? So it's going to be I think a great event.
Well, and then to kind of wrap things up, what would your advice be as somebody who's been a part of this for attendees to get the most out of their GFX experience?
Well, depending on your personality type, I mean, if you're maybe a little bit more reserved, a little bit more of a wallflower, which is fine. I have no problem with that. But I would definitely encourage you to kind of get out of your comfort zone, because this is absolutely an event where your questions are needed, wanted. You know, come prepared to network. Don't be afraid to introduce yourself to people. Don't be afraid to kind of put yourself out there. If you're a really outgoing person and this is not a problem for you, then guess what? You'll fit right in as well. I mean, there's all personality types. I mean, this is a very diverse group, and so it's just a fantastic environment to just learn and network. And if that can be a little bit uncomfortable for you, that's okay. I mean, growth comes in those situations, both professionally and personally. And so I would say for a first timer, it's just, don't be afraid to put yourself out there, because with this group, nobody is going to kind of step on that, and make you regret putting yourself out there. That's not what this group is. People welcome the ability or I should say the opportunity to connect with you and want to hear what you have to say, and at the same time sharing what they know and what they love. This is a very passionate group, and I think that's just what makes it so rewarding to be a part of it.
Well, I think that's a lot of great advice. I know I'm super excited for it, and everybody I've been talking to is very excited. It's going to be a really good year. I know it's coming up on us. It'll be here before we know it. And the sad thing is probably done before we know it. So I just hope that everybody can just get the most out of their experience. But Andy, I just want to say thank you for jumping in and giving everybody a preview of what's to come and what they can expect and how they can get the most out of their experience.
Yeah, it was my pleasure, Nicole. Appreciate it.
And for our viewers out there, we hope we'll see all of you at GFX this year. It's going to be a wonderful event. We're going to have some amazing speakers. It's going to be a great time to network and just learn. That's what it's all about, is just learning and connecting. We will be checking back in soon with another video, so stay tuned for more updates. Bye.